Welcome to the Chronically Well podcast, where we hold real conversations with community that need to be heard. On today's episode, I have the honor of speaking with Nandi. Nandi is someone I reached out to in the social media space via Instagram. And when I did, she gracefully came through to share her presence and to tell us about herself. So Nandi, I truly appreciate you, my sister, because on this journey, we all need to be seen and recognized.
Correct. Thank you so much for the invitation. I apologize for the lack of voice. I have been working with kids over the past 2 weeks, and so my voice has finally gone. But I am Nandi. I'm born and raised in Georgia. I got diabetes when I was 7 in first grade, and then had a really interesting journey through education. Graduated from high school, attended Spelman College, and then became a teacher and taught 6th through 8th grade English to the most amazing babies in Houston, Texas. After leaving Houston, Texas, I moved to Brooklyn, New York to be a dean of students and get my master's at Columbia. Then I became an assistant principal. After doing that, I really hated the bureaucracy of education. So I said, I want to start my own thing. And so I moved back home, and now I'm starting my own 6 through 12 charter school.
That's amazing. It sounds like you're following all of your dreams, and even as you are on this journey, you're taking different routes to continue or to chase other dreams and other paths. So I can see something such as diabetes. It may be in our way, but it hasn't blocked you from living.
Correct. Not at all. I think diabetes was a hindrance, probably. And I hate to say hindrance because it's like always a thing, so it really can't be a hindrance, but it's always been in my life. But it was really a challenging time from elementary school through middle school. And then in high school is when I finally got an insulin pump, and life became a lot easier in high school.
I heard that from a lot of people that once they got an insulin pump, that life became a lot easier. Can you expound on that? Because I mean, I've done MDI, insulin pump, all of them. And I know what, like personally, why life has gotten easier for me. Like I don't have to pull out a pen or a syringe and all of those things. I can just click a few buttons and bolus, not having to worry about anything else. It's like quite literally, it's like pulling out my phone
Yep.
instead of someone's like, oh, he pulled out a vial or a pen. And
Yeah, life. I think it's literally what you just said. It's just the fact that I didn't have to carry around so many supplies anymore. Like, okay, so I guess it would be harder for a male, but like, a female, we have like a bag or a purse or whatever. And the cute bags, they don't hold a lot. And so how am I carrying around pens, needles, alcohol swabs, glucose monitor kit, all the things in my bag, in my cute bag? When I got the insulin pump, it's just all right there on the side. And I think like technology has just advanced so much so that we have the continuous glucose monitor now. So I can literally read that on my phone. So I don't have to carry around a blood sugar kit. I just put it in my car just in case I need to take it. But life has just, yeah, gotten so much easier with an insulin pump and a CGM.
because you were diagnosed at 7, and I'm picturing yesterday. So my daughter is 13 years old. She's going to the 8th grade. And yesterday she came to me, she has this little bag, and she's like, does this look cute enough for, because she's taking it, she started camp today. Well, it's like a college preparatory summer course that she
Yeah.
does. And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, I don't know if I could fit this and that in there. She's like, I'm gonna put all my schoolwork in here and my lip gloss and all that. And I'm like, yeah, you're good. So I'm just like if I were to add diabetes on that, and this bag was probably about 10 inches tall, 12 inches wide. And I'm like, okay, Nandi at 13 years old, many people don't understand this. I mean, even our family members, peers, they don't understand this. It's more than just carrying this weight of diabetes on us. There's so much other things. Like, you're trying to be a cute 13-year-old girl,
Hello.
have your little, got your bag on you. Now it's like you got to carry a duffel bag.
Literally.
Like you was literally a duffel bag girl.
Literally. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, family does not understand. And I think also not just like just being a cute girl in like outfits and stuff like that, because insulin pumps get in the way of cute outfits now. I would say like, I wish there was like a happy medium where like I could wear an insulin pump that wasn't like bulging out of my side while I'm trying to wear a cute dress kind of thing, or having to put it in really interesting areas like my bra or like my panty line or something like that. It's just being diabetic is just so hard. And I think it's also just emotionally hard as well, because I'm like often going through mood swings because of like high blood sugar, low blood sugar, or just like all the things that I have to manage throughout the day. And I feel like the average person doesn't have to think so critically about like what they eat, what time they eat, how much they're eating, how long that whatever that meal is going to last in their system, how much sugar they're taking in during the day, all of those things, exercising,
Look,
so
and while you're saying, I'm thinking about as an educator, because I've been an educator for the last 10 plus years, different levels of education like yourself. And I'm thinking like adrenaline, like certain things, certain moods, like people don't understand how that alters your blood sugar as well.
correct.
And I mean, literally, that is something that we can't like predict. Like for the most part, the carbohydrates we can predict or we can combat with some insulin, but things such as hormonal things, it's it's pretty hard to combat.
It is definitely. Um, I have to like I'm living the single life now, and so I have to often tell folks who I'm dating like sometimes I'm moody, and it's not because like you did something wrong. It's just I'm moody, and I got things going on in my body, and also I don't know the research behind this, but I feel like there's research behind this about diabetics being more depressed and more anxious than other people, and I feel like that's like such a thing, because I have like bouts of depression and anxiety where I'm just like, what is going on? Like, nothing is happening. Everything is okay, but like I'm just sad for no reason. Um, so I think that's a challenge as well, battling all the things that come our way. And yes, education is so hard because you're dealing with 30 little people in front of you who have their own emotions and own things that they're going through, plus their families, plus just like education as a system is really challenging and complex. So yes, being a diabetic in education is something serious.
Right. I mean, we have our typical five senses like everyone else, but that sixth sense of diabetes is something that others truly don't understand or they will never know unless, God forbid, your child or yourself is diagnosed.
Right.
Like I wouldn't even say like a friend or cousin or whoever, like someone direct, like you have to manage and take care of on that regular, because the different emotions, like you said, and there's plenty of clinical research and finds regarding the different aspects of like the human brain and how they uh, correlate with diabetes, specifically insulin dependence as
Right.
well. Yeah, but I mean, I know that diabetes hasn't stopped you. Like you said that you started off as, I mean, you were a teacher.
Yeah.
Then you went, I mean, you were a principal.
Yeah, assistant principal, director of school culture was the title. over a middle school. I was a dean of students over a high school first, and then I moved to middle school because I did not like high school. I wanted to fight them kids every day in high school. Mm-mm.
And I'm going like to me, middle school is a whole nother ball game.
I love middle school.
I truly enjoy it because it keeps you like you there's never a standstill moment at
Never a dull
all.
moment.
At
Mm-mm.
all. It's
Never.
always something going and it's pulling you here, pulling you there. You're smiling, you're crying, you everything. It's amazing. As I said, my daughter, 13, I coach her middle school track team. It's an all girls school.
Yes.
So I deal with it's 21 of them. And
Yeah.
it's fun. That's all I can say.
The
That's all.
drama.
Look, the T.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, I did not need to know that, but
I just literally the past 2 weeks I was running my summer camp and it was fourth through eighth graders. So like that's like middle school age. And every day it was something new. We had 3 marriages, 5 new relationships. This one telling this one about be quiet, shut up, go over there. You're not a part of our friend group. Y'all just met 2 days ago. What you mean not a part of your friend group? Like so much.
well, like we grew up in a different age, different era where our friends were like family, like
Yeah.
literally, like their parents were our parents were their parents. Today, like these kids
Yep.
find new best friends every other day, like
Every day.
every day. I'm like, how do you have so many friends?
Social media.
You know it. So I did want to ask about like your diagnosis. Do you remember anything about it being diagnosed at 7 years young?
Yeah. I remember it was right after my birthday. Um, yeah, because it was in February. And my mom was like, I was sleeping a lot, I was eating a lot, and I was using the bathroom a lot. And she was like, something's wrong. She thought I had a UTI. So she took me to the pediatrician. Pediatrician did all the tests and stuff and saw that there was ketones in my urine. And so then I guess it was a high amount of them because all I remember that I was at home and I was just chilling in the kitchen with my grandma. And my mom comes in the house and she's like, we have to take you to the hospital. And I was like, what? Like, what? Like, it's like regular day. Like, I'm like, what
Hmm.
happened? And she's like, the doctor said that your blood sugar is over 400 and you need to go to the hospital right now. And I was like, okay. Or I guess I was like, okay. And so they took me to the hospital. And I just remember being there for like a week and some change and being really nervous about the shots. And it was just a lot of information. And I don't know, I just trusted my parents to receive all the information and get it all. So we did all the things, we followed the routine. And then I went back home and we continued. And then I think what really, even though this wasn't really a part of like my diagnosis, but it was a part of the journey, the first year journey is like my mom enrolled me into Camp Kudzu. And that like changed my life because at that time I was really feeling like, dang, I'm the only person with this thing and I missed school and I'm in first grade. I just had my birthday. So I'm just like, what is happening? And then I got to do summer camp and that was so much fun. And I met some of my lifelong friends that I still have to this day
Hmm.
from Camp Kudzu. So that was my little diagnosis journey.
Do you still follow Camp Kudzu?
Heck
Because
yeah.
I know Antoine. Do you know Antoine? Antoine
Uh-huh.
Gibson.
Gibson.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he's there every year. He was just there last week, doing things with the youth there, teaching them about
Yeah.
music and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I do follow Camp Kudzu, and it's an amazing space because just to see like most kids enter there knowing maybe one person, if that, but after you leave, you got like this whole community of like 30 kids. Like, wow.
It's
Like
amazing.
that's an experience. And it not only helps them in better control, better management, but just the whole mental aspect of living with type 1 diabetes, this chronic health condition. now that they see other people being unapologetically themselves, they equally put on that shield, throw on that cape, and when they go home, like their families see a whole nother person. But it's not like a lot of kids go to camp and they come home and parents like, oh, you grew up, huh? Like, like
Mhm.
who you been hanging around with? But these
Right.
parents are like, yeah, like okay, like you really matured, like mentally.
Yeah. It was like, and I think what was the coolest part about it is that my doctors or like my care team, they were all at camp too. So it was like really easy to kind of take the things that they were teaching me in the doctor's office and do it at camp, see them kind of like informally too, like not so much like doctory or nursey kind of, you know,
Mhm.
like professional, and then be able to like have really cool conversations with them about how to manage or what to eat, when to eat, things like that. And then just like engaging and being a child with diabetes, I think was probably the most profound part of it. Is I think as I was growing up, I really felt like the only one throughout my educational experience, and like just being like the one who had to stop to take the shot or the one who had to stop to take the blood sugar. And then Camp Kudzu just always made me feel like, okay, I'm not the only one that's going through this. Like I have people who I can call when I'm feeling down or where I'm feeling confused. So yeah, that community was so important to me, really growing up as um, a more healthy diabetic for sure.
Now, how did you go there like more than once?
Yeah, after that, I went every year until I was 16, and then I became a
Okay.
CIT.
Okay, so you're embedded there. Like I could see your handprint in the
Oh
wall and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. They know me by
They
name over
know
there for sure.
they know you. Okay, that's amazing. I mean, not only being a young person with type 1 diabetes and being able to find that community, but being a person of color, a woman, a young lady of color, being able to go there and represent who you are and bring that, like learn so much there and be able to take it home to community. And I often hear about young people from the ages of like 11 to maybe like 16, 17, through that whole adolescent time, going through the most like strenuous mental and physical traumas. Like seriously, that just that experience of those ages are traumatic. But now you add diabetes on top of that. Um, how were you as a young lady able to come out of that on top?
Um, I think I think it's a little bit with like my background, my family and their upbringing. And then my mom and dad put me into sports really early. So at fourth grade, I started playing basketball. And then in sixth grade, I started playing volleyball. And then when I got to high school, I started playing lacrosse and rugby. And so I was always a part of a group or a part of like a family that kind of like kept me going in some way, shape, or form. Or they had consideration for my diabetes because they knew like if I wasn't being healthy or if I didn't have enough fuel, I couldn't compete with them or I couldn't play with them. And so I always had somebody that was like, you okay? You all right? You good? And then I think just playing sports gave me the discipline and the motivation to like want to do better and to want to strive for more. Like the competition always made me like think like, well, you could do better than that. You could do better than that. So I think just having those principles instilled at an early age for me just always made me feel like I needed to do more or I need to figure out a way to get to that next step. Which is I think how I got, and then like the family support and like how I got to like where I'm at now, and like why I'm thriving and doing all the work that I'm doing.
That's amazing. I mean, just me knowing about like growing up with diabetes and you stating that because you had that support, the support, the competitive drive, so many things. Like your parents made sure that you didn't have to long for becoming part of a group. You were always within that group setting, so that a lot of young people grow up feeling rejected when they're trying to insert themselves into different spaces. You were the space.
Period.
Like you were the space. People come to you like it wasn't like, oh, Nandi's the girl with diabetes. Stay away. No. It was like Nandi had a superpower.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay. A
Yeah.
queen. Okay. Period.
Yes, 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 yes. Look, cape on all day, nonstop. Like, no, there's no one on this earth that's greater than the black woman. Like, seriously,
Hello. Okay.
seriously,
Period.
serious. And I let my little girl know that. Like, look, just yesterday, Father's Day, she she did something. She came out the room, was like, Happy Father's Day and everything. She even walked the dog for me yesterday.
Oh.
And I said, thank you, big girl. And she's like, that was strange. I said, what? She's like, how you called me big girl? I said, I've always called you my big girl, or whatever. And she's like, I know, but because I said Happy Father's Day, I'm like, I'm like, you're my daughter. You're a
Right.
queen. Like
Right.
I'm going to always, like, anytime I can give to you that added sense of like strength, like
Yes.
I'm going to
Yeah.
keep instilling it into you, building you up, because we know in this world, a lot of people are going to try to tear you down.
Sure will. Sure
It's
will.
look,
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
quick, fast, and in a hurry. Let me put that on here for a title, man. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Wow. Yeah, so has diabetes in itself like brought itself or has it changed or altered any of the relationships you've had over the years?
Ooh.
Like, a lot of people fear the unknown.
I don't think it's changed any of the relationships. I think it's no, I wouldn't even say change. I just think it's kind of like if we're talking about like intimate relationships, like my past partner, he was very I think we had similar values about like health and what that meant to us. So he was like always like at the gym, working out, making us eat healthy, and always like making sure that I ate and was doing the things I was supposed to do. Um, so I wouldn't say like changed it. Like nothing negative has come relationship wise from diabetes, other than I'll tell you one funny story. Um, It's really not even negative, but this was like, I had to be like 16, 17 at this time, maybe, because this was when I was playing back. No, 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 no. I think I was 14. And I had just joined the junior varsity team at my high school for basketball. And we had basketball practice, but I think that day, like I hadn't eaten, I hadn't done anything, I didn't take my blood sugar, nothing. I was just living life recklessly. And
Freestyling.
right. And my mom was like, you can't go to practice. Like you're not good enough to go practice. And I'm like, girl, yes, I am. Da, da, da. And she's like, so this is how you want to live your life? You just want to live your life like this? Because I guess this was like a consistent conversation she was having with me at this time.
With a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, it's on brand. And that day she got so mad at me that she packed up all of my insulin supplies in a garbage bag, took me to basketball practice, and left me at basketball practice with that garbage bag and was like, you want to handle yourself? You go ahead. When your supplies run out, don't call me. Figure out how you're going to get more supplies. And she told me to go live with my best friend at the time. But that was like the only time that I've ever had anything like negative. Because after that moment, I was on point. Like taking blood sugar every day, getting all my
Look,
stuff together.
scared straight.
Yeah,
Look, seriously, because I'm up here
literally.
thinking like, okay, your mom was like, I'm not taking it.
Nope.
She's like, I already got to deal with the attitude of this
Yep.
adolescent girl.
Yep.
Now she don't want to.
Yep.
She doesn't know. She was like, she must don't realize how much I actually do.
Literally, literally.
Look, and I always tell everyone, all of our parents of diabetic children, that y'all, like, they are simply amazing. Your parents, your mom, your pop, whoever helped you along that journey are simply amazing. They're warriors, because when you think of it, like those 3 a.m., 5 a.m.
Yeah.
calls and them having to come to you, tend to you, sleep in a bed with you, making sure you're okay, all of those things, like they gave up
Yep.
a lot
Yep.
for their child's survival.
Yep.
And that's like, tell like people who lived through diabetes at a young age and are now like have children. I know they know, because I know. And I think of those things often, like, wow, my parents really did not only take care of me, but they kept me alive and
Yeah.
well. Like,
Yep.
it's more than just the food, shelter, those types of things. Like, literally.
Literally. It is. My parents are the most amazing people ever. I love them so, so, so. Lord, my voice. So, so, so much. Because like even to this moment, this week, I got sick, or last week, yeah, I got sick. And I called my mom because I really felt so bad, like so bad. So I'm calling her and I'm like, I don't know what to do. The medicine hasn't kicked in yet, blah, blah. And I'm like crying on the phone. And in the next 20 minutes, her and my dad is banging on the door at my house and they brought me medication. So it's just like, I love them so much because they to this moment still hold me down.
Mhm. Yeah, your parents, like I said, are amazing people. All parents helping a child live life normal as someone with a chronic health condition. It's simply amazing that the things that you're able to do. It's like, I think of like some of my favorite artists. Like, you can see a photo of something, but then once you truly identify what it was that it took to make that realistic photo, that print,
Mhm.
whatever, like, it's a lot that goes into that behind the scenes. Like, even your parents, siblings, or grandparents, cousins, like, they don't know all that went on behind the scenes.
Right.
And because of that, you are the person you are today. And your parents aren't anything less. They're even more amazing.
They really
Like,
are.
they dug into a bag that they didn't even know even existed. Like, they built the bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Thank you, parents.
Right.
Um, so Nandi, I must ask you this question, and I ask everyone along this journey. Have you ever imagined life without diabetes?
Oh, that's a good question. I think I've imagined moments without diabetes. For sure. Like, what if I could just go do this thing and not have to worry about diabetes for sure. Um, and I would say I probably thought about this way more as a teenager, but like in my grown, like past 20 years, I don't think I've ever thought about not having diabetes anymore. I think I definitely didn't want diabetes when I was younger because it felt like, dang, I got to carry around this pump. I got to carry around these supplies. I got to tell people that I got to stop to eat or whatever. But now I don't even, it's like such a part of me that and it's like a thing that I feel like I just got to do that I don't even consider a life without diabetes anymore.
Mhm. And you know what's funny? I typically get that type of answer because I mean, like I said, it's our sixth sense.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean without diabetes? Like, it's always with me.
Yeah.
It's not a switch we can turn off or on. Like diabetes is with us when we sleep. When I tell people it's with us when we sleep, they're like, what?
Yep.
Because like when you're feeling bad, or whether it's from a sickness, ailment, with that whatever, it could be mental health, physical health. People are like, oh, go take a nap.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them, I can't take a nap right now because my blood sugar is at 75 and trending downward.
Right.
And they'll be like, but what? Huh? You can't just take a nap and be better? No, diabetes is going on non-stop, more than 24/7. So as we do wrap this up, Nandi, I have to have one last question for you, because I did ask you, have you imagined life without diabetes? But I to follow that up, I must ask, let's say today, or no, let's say tomorrow, you wake up and I'm not sure if you still have relationships with some of the kids from camps. Okay. You start getting text messages and they're telling you like, I don't think my diabetes is working today. And you're like, what?
Right.
And then you get up and you step on the floor and you're used to having that, like, that rise as soon as you step on the floor, and you're like, hold on, my blood sugar has been at like 84 all night and it's still at like 84. It's not moving. And you keep getting these chimes. People are like, what's going on? And then you see like a headline across the news that says, diabetes has been cured, fully cured, eradicated. Like, it's gone, vamoose. You and all the peers you've had growing up, everyone you've met via social media, everyone, the burdens that do exist because of us living with diabetes are gone. On that day, a cure is here, a true cure, not a cure in the sense of like stem cells, or you have to take anti-rejection meds forever. Like, a true cure is here. On that day, what do you do when you find out you've been cured?
I don't know. I celebrate. Um, I was gonna say like eat whatever I want, but I eat whatever I want now. Um, I don't know. I would be I would be happy. I think in my brain I would be excited because I no longer have to spend $600 a month in diabetes supplies. You know, like I don't have to think about that kind of stuff.
Look, you could take that money and just book a trip
If
anywhere.
yeah, like I think that's what I would do is like go live life even more. Like I would go book a vacation or go somewhere. Um but I don't think it would change my perspective or outlook on life that we just need to live it and we need to live it as best as we can and be as healthy as possible. Um, but I think I would just be happy that I don't have to spend money on diabetes supplies anymore or go to the doctor as often.
Right. And talk to customer service.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because I often say, when I'm on my deathbed and I'm trying to tell my kids like more of my legacy, my legend, and gift them all this knowledge and show them all this love, I'm gonna be like, customer service took up 3,890 minutes of my damn
It
life.
sure does.
Like,
It sure does. Oh my gosh.
Nandi,
Yes.
thank you for joining me on this journey that is the Chronically Well podcast. I truly enjoyed this conversation. I hope that it was everything that you anticipated it to be.
I appreciate you for the invitation, and it has been everything that expected it to be. And thank you so much for reaching out and being consistent and when I wasn't being consistent. So I really, really appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate you. And I do have that title down.
Quick,
Yep.
fast, and in a hurry.
Yep. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. All right. You enjoy the rest of your day. You make it amazing and handle those funds.
Period. I'm getting this money.
Look, get it before it gets you.
That's right. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.
Thank you.